What if I told you that it's possible that you're owed money that you don't even know about, and it's been just sitting in a government bank account waiting for you to claim it? And for some of you, it actually is true. It might not necessarily be a lot, but it could be, and it's actually really easy to find out. So that's what today's topic is, the topic of so-called unclaimed property and how you can find out if you have any. Before we get into the nitty-gritty of how to find out if you have any money owed to you, I do want to obviously point out that this video is a little bit different from my usual type of tech videos. It's more of a general life tip. And that's because I want to take a minute to promote a brand new channel that I just launched. I'm just announcing it right now. It's called Actual School, What They Should Have Taught You. And it's pretty much exactly what it says. I have a few videos up there right now you can check out, and I would consider this video to be a bit of a preview of that channel. Now, that doesn't mean it's going to be about how to get free stuff or anything like that. Don't be going there all thirsty, but basically it's going to be life tips and skills in general, and probably a lot of finance and investing tips because that's kind of what I'm interested in, so I know a lot about it. And honestly, it might not seem like the most exciting type of content, but I genuinely think that it is important topics that I'll be talking about. It'll definitely be different from the usual tech stuff you might be familiar with on this channel, so if you're only interested in tech, definitely don't feel the need to go over there and subscribe just to make me feel better. Don't subscribe unless you're actually interested in the stuff I just mentioned, life tips, skills, investing and finance, that sort of thing. But if you are interested, I highly recommend you go check it out. I'll put the link and have it pop up, and I'll also put it in the description. I'd love to see you over there and check out the videos I have on there right now. I'm gonna probably try and upload about once a week or so on there. So let me know what you think about that, and let's get back to the rest of this video. All right, so first of all, what exactly is unclaimed property? Basically, it's when a company owes you money or property for some reason, and they can't get a hold of you to turn it over to you, so they end up giving it to the government, the state, to hang on to it instead. In some cases, this might be a refund, or an old bank account balance that was closed, or even an old paycheck you never collected, stuff like that. And in the United States, at least, it's actually really easy to search to see if you have any of this unclaimed property. These instructions are going to be focused on what to do if you live in the United States, and I'm not 100% sure about every other jurisdiction, every other country and their unclaimed property laws, but there's probably something similar in your country. You just have to look it up yourself. Now, there's not really any one single database to find it. You usually have to search within your individual state's records. So the easiest way to do this is to go on Google and type in the name of your state and then unclaimed property search or something like that. And again, if you live in another country, you can just search the name of your country and then unclaimed property and see what comes up. Anyway, no matter what state you go on, they're all going to have their own website. They're going to all probably look a little bit different, but each one will usually allow you to search with at least just your last name. But if you want to narrow it down, you can usually search also with your first name and city and location. I'd also recommend trying out putting in a nickname, because it's possible the company that owes you the money put in a different name that's not exactly your official name. And also definitely try putting in some friends and family's info and see if they're owed money. You're not going to be able to claim it for them, obviously, but you can at least let them know, and they'll probably be pretty happy if you just kind of let them know they have this money waiting for them. And I'll do a quick demo. I'll use California as an example because I find their site has pretty good searching and info on it. Not every single state will have all this, but in California at least it does show there are actually 3 different types of results: P, N, or I next to each result. P appears to be property that's ready to be collected. N is property that a business still has but is about to send to the state. And I is property that the business is in the process of sending now. So I'll just do a search for John Smith, the most generic and popular name possible, and you can see through these results, most of these are for less than $100 or so. These are not huge amounts, and it's usually for stuff like salaries and wages or insurance premiums, closed checking accounts, that sort of stuff. And it'll also show you who the property is originally from, who's owing that person the money. But there are some cases where it's actually quite a large amount of money. Like for this one, it's over $1,600. It says it's for insurance claim checks. There's another one for $2,500. It just says for other. And here's one that's actually really interesting. It's not for money, but actually 9 unclaimed shares of Bank of America stock. So you can see it's not necessarily just money in here, but all sorts of unclaimed property that can be turned over to the state. So do a search for yourself and some friends and family, and then each state is going to have its own process of going through and claiming it, but you could probably figure that out, and who knows, you might get lucky. Again, I'd like to remind you to check out my new second channel called Actual School. I'll put that link again in the description. Hope to see you over there. So thanks so much for watching, guys, and I'll see you in the next one.